Okay. Welcome back to the Crypto Factor. Welcome back to your favorite cryptopreneurship show. My name is Paul. This is Diaz. Not sure if you can see him. He wants to go under the desk. And today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin markets, altcoins. Are we going into a bear market? What should we do here? What level should we look out for, if any? And what's going on with the markets? Basically, we'll be answering your questions in the chat, so make sure you put your questions in the chat because I will try and answer all of them. And I don't usually go out live during the week and at this time. Usually it's 7 o'clock EET time, Eastern European time on Sundays. But with markets like this, with everything going on, I figured I'll come out and shed some light so you can look at levels, what to watch out for, and know what to do in this situation. And I just want somebody to confirm that they can hear me in the chat, that everything is okay with the stream, so I can continue, because I'm sick and tired of doing streams and then people telling me the volume is off or something's not working. I'd rather know right now, is everything working? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I can hear you perfect. You could probably see me as well. So let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to the Bitcoin chart here. And look, we were looking at these ranges, right? We were looking at these ranges. The factor line actually called this SFP top over here and this confirmation of a downtrend over here. We went all the way. We were anticipating this level right here to hold, right? The first time, 109 to 108. This was our first level, and I was saying if we break that, we're probably going to go much lower. And so we did. We came all the way down to our lowest level over here that we were expecting. See this line over here? This was from the last time. So Bitcoin came all the way down right here and is now currently potentially bouncing. Let's see what happens. But the factor line, as you can see, drew its own range over here because the factor line does do ranges. And you can see, told you to buy right at the bottom of this range at 99K. Told you to sell at 106K, confirmation of the sell at 106K. And then we broke under. This is where you would put your stop loss, by the way. That's how you play SFPs. And now we are currently at the bottom of this range we called over here. So the factor line actually outtraded us because although we called this range and what to look out for in my group, the factor line trades with no emotion. So the factor line actually outtraded me. Even though we got the range right before the factor line told us to get out. It's unemotional and works perfectly here. And look, so far, the factor line has been doing a lot. If you don't know what the factor line is, it's part of my course. It's an indicator on TradingView. You can get my course right here, scan this code, check it out, see if it's for you, how to invest, how to trade, how to think like me. The price is not coming down for Black Friday. It's just going to go up after Black Friday. So if you want to get in, check it out now that you have the chance. But essentially, we are now right here at this make or break moment. Why do I call it a make or break moment? Because we went under the 100K psychological level. And if we don't bounce here, if we don't bounce and get a snap and crack, which I would trade if we do, in other words, we break above 99, I will call it 100K psychological at this point if you want to be conservative. If we don't break above 100K psychological, there will be issues and we might even get to the low 90s. And when I say low 90s, this is the level I'm looking at, these red lines, and I mark them in red because I do see them as a red line in the sand. Let me explain why. And this is actually from 93 to 90K. I'm calling it 92, 93, but the range says this because I drew the range before on the 4 hour. So oops, sorry about that. That was an accident. All right, let's see what happens and how it holds. But yeah, this here, why am I marking this in red? Because if we drop down below this, right, let me get another indicator here. Sorry about that. Another tool. If we drop down below this and make this resistance, then we are potentially going into a bear market, or what will look like a bear market. That's basically it. You're going to get out before you get back in. You would basically get out, protect yourself, take profits or losses, and then have that level as a reference point and use it and get back in once we get above and make it into support, because that could last weeks to months to even a year. So you want to get out. Look, I'm not trying to be bearish here. I'm just trying to tell you what the charts are saying. So we could get down to the low 90s. That would not be a bear market, although it wouldn't be nice. But as soon as we broke 100K, I said that we're going to probably get to the mid-low 90s. That's what we're seeing right now. If that breaks, bear market, well, you could call it a bear market until proven otherwise. So that's the level we're looking for Bitcoin. Altcoins obviously going to go into deeper shit. Altcoins right now, the only outlying altcoin, and I'm going to tell you my view, because even though I'm talking danger so far, I'm talking lower levels, I'm still optimistically bullish, but with strategy. So I'm strategically bullish. Let me explain what I mean, because I just said the line in the sands, and I said what I would do if those cross. Let me tell you what I'm doing right now, or what I've been doing since yesterday with my group, okay? Because very different, okay? So we're looking at altcoins all going to shit here, or potentially going to shit. Bitcoin down 6.2% on the daily. Look at Zcash. And this is what I've been saying. Zcash is just extremely powerful. So Zcash is an outlier here. On the daily, on the weekly it's down because we had a drop in Zcash, but on the daily, look at this. And I do believe that that Zcash may actually pump again. Look at the hourly. Okay, it's a little bit down on the hourly. Let's see what happens. Because I had a trade in Zcash. Since my last live stream, I actually said I'm going to make a trade in Zcash. And I'm actually down on that trade. But as we went down, I actually added to my trade. It's a 2x trade. But when you add to a 2x trade, your liquidation also goes down. So my liquidation is quite low. So I'm holding it, right? But I added to it for potential liquidations and potentially to go up if it's a dead cat bounce for me to break even, and I will add more if we go down more. So now, if we go under, I'm going to keep on waiting until we find some sort of bottom, then add to it. So I would only add Zcash and Bitcoin at this point, in my personal opinion. I do hold the other altcoins I've been talking about. I am in the other altcoins I talked about in the recent videos, my portfolio on spot, but with caution, and we gotta wait for this to play out. That's it. We have to see what's happening. Now, weekend's coming up. Weekend low liquidity, which means upside downsides could be more than usual because there's low liquidity. General markets are closed. Crypto markets are open. Lower liquidity, especially for altcoins. So don't be surprised if we see a flush up, flush down. What we need to understand is that, in my view, and I might be wrong, but in my view, whether we get into a bear market or not, because we did call for a top in Bitcoin end of 2025, beginning 2026, and we stood by that for over a year, right? What will happen now? Because I still believe we should get another leg up before we go down. Now, whether that leg up is a dead cat bounce, whether it's a double top in Bitcoin, or whether we break up and make new all-time highs, it's irrelevant at this point. We have to see what will happen, how much volume, so we can see what we'll anticipate our strategy will be when and if that happens. But regardless, I'm expecting for us to go up. I'm at least expecting a dead cat bounce, hence the leverage play on Zcash, hence me not getting out of all my altcoins, just getting into strong altcoins or convicted altcoins with strategy, and that's what I'm going by. Could we be wrong and this could go down into a bear market now? Yes, I explained that right in the beginning of the video. This is what we're looking at. I'm not telling you what to do here, and I know a lot of people in the comments are going to be like, oh my God, you're saying you're going to go up and down. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You can always go up or down. I'm showing you levels to watch out for you to take action on. Does that make sense? Right? Look at the levels and go with probabilities, because probabilities rise once the charts form. Now, sometimes those get negated. Maybe we see volume, maybe we see momentum different, and we say, wait a minute, yes, okay, it passed down under that level, but things might change. I can't predict that. I can only tell you what I'm seeing right now. And that is what I'm seeing right now, using the factor line, using my knowledge of technical analysis and my narratives in the market. So for me, that is the play. That is what I'm looking at. I don't think we're in a bear market yet. I know a lot of people will say, what are you talking about? Dude, we're not in a bear market yet. We're not. It has not broken structure. Structure breaks under 90K. If we break under 90K, make that resistance. In other words, we go down, make it resistance, confirms resistance. Yes, I'm with you. But we're not in a bear market. The drop in Bitcoin from 126,000 to 100,000 or 97,000 does not constitute a bear market. Bitcoin has been known going down 40, even 50% in bull markets. Now, granted, in this current market, we have not seen that, and we might see that, which is why I was saying we will see either a bear market or what will look like a bear market. Right? And we might be in what looks like a bear market before we have that leg up. I get it. I see that. Now, my views on 2026, a lot of people saying it's going to be mega bull market. I don't think so. I think we'll be in a bear market in 2026. We're going to top in the first, or the top will be confirmed in the first 3 months of 2026, if not late 2025. And we will go into a bear market. Maybe it's a short-lived bear market. Maybe it's a fake big market, but we're going to get into a bear market, in my opinion. Unless we get one now and we get out in 2026, which I find highly unlikely due to the 4-year cycle. And yes, a lot of people will be saying, oh, this has changed. Until proven otherwise, it's not. And it has not been proven otherwise yet, because this run is very like 2017 run. Let's see what happens when everything pumps like crazy towards the end of the year. Maybe. So you may see most gains now. You may see most gains during the end of this year, beginning 2026. That's not hopium. That's just what I'm seeing, and that's just what we've seen before. If it didn't happen so historically, I wouldn't be saying this, right? Let me drink some soda water. So that's what I'm looking at. Please give this video a like if you don't mind. If you don't want to do it for me, do it for my dog. He's under the table right now, waiting for this live stream to end so I can play with him, so I can make some breakfast, because I don't eat breakfast yet, so I can give him some breakfast, some eggs, maybe some scrambled, maybe get some scrambled eggs. Maybe I go straight to steak, give him some steak. He needs likes for that. Like this so I can give my dog some treats. If not, I will not, and he will starve to death. Just kidding. I would never do that. I love my dog more than everyone. So let's have a look at some of the chat. I see Mark Jones saying, yes, I fully admit I'm an XRP retard. I love you, man. I can hear you. Yes. Thank you for all the Zcash info. Bought because of you. You can hear and see. Okay, perfect. Glad you bought Zcash. I think Zcash can do very well. And for a lot of people, I've been saying since the beginning of this bull market, since 2023, I have been saying this will be a Bitcoin run bull market. We're going to have selective alt seasons and mini alt seasons. I started with mini alt seasons and I termed the selective alt season towards the end of 2023. But we saw the mini alt seasons. We saw the Bitcoin going up more than anything else. End of 2024, I said convert all your altcoins into Bitcoin. We're going to have the Trump dump, and we did. Called that Bitcoin will see all-time highs before the halving. And we did. Called 120 to 140,000 by the end of 2024. We got that. Unfortunately, we're still sitting. We also got that in 2025 and now sitting below it, granted. Called the dump from 117,000 all the way 100,000 the previous time, although not so fast. I did not expect that. But I did want to get out on 117,000. And let's see what happens. So that's what I did. That's what I got. I got a lot of things wrong. I'm not going to pretend I got everything right. A lot of YouTubers like, oh, I called this, I called that. We called some wrong shit, dude. We called S-Coin. S on, it was a meme coin on Sui that went to shit. Vapor became vaporware. We called the AI run and everything, but we got these couple of things wrong because we were playing on narratives. We got a couple wrong. I mean, I could make mistakes, right? But mostly 8% of our calls are correct. I think it's more than anybody else in the market that I've seen so far with such a broad selection of coins, right? There's technical analysts out there that do know a lot better than me when it comes to 1-2 products, but I'm talking about broad analysis, right? Anyway, let's have a look at more of your chats. Finally, some good Bitcoin entry prices may be coming soon. Paul, thank you for being here with us today. Can you give us your thoughts on Sui? Look, so if the market continues, Sui is going to do extremely well. And I did take half of my position of Sui out when I told you to get out, and we have seen weakness, but we're seeing, I mean, Sui so far, just by looking at the bubbles down, let's be serious. So Sui, right under a range that the factor line called. I wanted to hold this range over here. We came under. I said if we came under that, then we have to get out. And Sui did come down, in fact, all the way here. Sell, sell, sell. We have to get into this range again. And then there will be a potential snap and crack here on the 4 hour for Sui. Until we get above, I would say until we get above this range here we've initially called, I wouldn't buy any more Sui. I would even say to get out if we continue coming down here and making this resistance, unfortunately. On this chart, I would even dare to say that I may want to convert some of my Sui into Zcash, even half of my half. Unfortunately, I'm not saying I don't believe in Sui. I love Sui. I think Sui is going to do extremely well. But show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. News not so good. Let's see if we can get above here, or I'm getting out another half of my position. Simple as that. Look, never fall in love with, I love Sui. I really do, and I believe long term is going to do extremely well. But charts don't lie. Price doesn't lie. I'm emotional. I don't want to get too emotional with my coins, if that makes sense. Hello from Dubai, my man Mike. What's up, bro? Crypto GIRLCG says your calls are great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Kalimera from Alimos. Alimos, what's up, man? Is it a good time to DCA into XPL? I don't think XPL is a good time to DCA in general, but let me verify that. Oh, plasma. I thought it was something else. Give me a second. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Come on, dude. Why? Why would you... Let's see if we can see this. Is it on here? Let's see. Binance Tether. Let's just do this. Let's close this. Oh, okay. So this is... See, the factor line just gives you a much better sort of view. So if we hold this range that the factor line drew from us here, if we hold, maybe once it becomes gold, I wouldn't get into it right now. See how it turned gold here? And it told you to buy here, but then told you to sell here, and it's going down currently. Until this turns gold again like this on the 4 hour, I wouldn't buy it. And I'd be more convicted if it breaks the top of this range at 0.32. So if I personally was to buy this, I'd wait for it to break above the 3.2 range till about 3.5. So let me draw that in for you just so you can see here. So I would want it to break up from this level over here so that it can trade. So something like this, so it could trade in this range over here, if you can see it. That for me, I would probably start DCAing, and I would get out. I would have a stop loss if it broke under this again. So if it breaks under this again, like this, and makes this resistance, I would get the fuck out. That's what I would do, essentially. So that's how I look at charts. That's how I look at coins. I didn't even know what XPL is. I thought it was something else. Saw it on the factor line. And again, the factor line, you can only get it with my course, Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. It's an amazing indicator on TradingView. We're adding automation to it. It's a long-term indicator, swing traders and investors. You can use it for day trading, but it's better for swing traders and investors. And the course is all about how I personally trade, how I personally think, how I personally invest when it comes to crypto. It's so far, everybody's happy with the course. It's right here. Check it out, scan it, or it's in the links in the description down below. And we will be trading the bear market. So if you get the course, you get a private group for the course, and we'll be trading the bear market together. And the course gets updated over time, so you never lose. The price is going up after Black Friday. Instead of giving a discount for Black Friday, I'm just saying that the price will go up after Black Friday. Hey, Paul. Most people on X are calling. Okay, first of all, let me just answer this comment one part by part, because you have to understand my psychology in order to understand how I trade and how I think. And I think that's a lot of value here. I think you're going to get a lot of value here. I'll talk about AVAX in just 1 second. I didn't see it. I'll talk about AVAX in just 1 second. Let me just answer this because I'm on a roll. So look, and I'm not attacking you. Abi Mishra, don't take my tone of voice like I'm shouting at you. I am Greek. I shout and I talk with my hands. This is what Greeks do. We opa a lot, okay? So don't take it personally. All right. Hey, Paul, most of the people on X are calling for the start of a bear market. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is I don't care what most people say on X or anywhere else. I don't give a shit. I'm a contrarian by nature anyway, and I usually do the opposite, so I don't care what most people say. I especially don't care what influencers say, and I don't care what technical analysts say unless I see their technical analysis. Very simple. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. Don't care about what people say, don't care about the news, don't care about M2, don't care about FOMC, don't care about interest rates. Everyone, and I've been shouting at you, guys, don't listen to this, it does not matter. I don't care about when the government shutdown will end. Look what's happening right now. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. Price over everything. It does not matter. News does not matter. It does not. There's news for the masses and news for the classes. You're giving the news for the masses. You never get the insider news for the classes. You're not in the classes. You are in the masses. The masses get shitty news, which either too late or people already acted on. People already got in or out of the trades before they have the news for the classes. We can't see that. The only thing we can see is technical analysis, and that gives us a bit of a chance to see what happens. Nothing else. Nada. Gone. Doesn't matter. So that's my first answer. How can we start a bear market at the lowest index of fear and greed? Very good question. And I think I saw Rand talking about this. Rand from Crypto Banter. And all respect to Rand, I got to correct him on something. In the bear market, fear and greed can remain low for a long time. So it's not to be used as an indicator to buy. It's used as a conjunction, as another indicator to add to your arsenal of indicators to be able to take it as a reference, right? It's not an all-out indicator. You can remain extremely bearish and everyone can remain extremely fearful for very long periods of time within a bear market. It's not a reversal chart. It's not supposed to be used like that. A lot of people, a lot of things, and again, I respect Rand, I think is really good. I think is more of a fundamental analyst rather than a technical analyst. I don't think his TA is good at all. I love his fundamental, his market views, and he's the best person to watch for that, right? If you want to learn, watch. But if you want to trade when it comes to TA, I don't care. Now, it's something to take into account, not something to go off of. So, that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter what the sentiment is. It's the charts, and I gave you the levels to look at. So if we go down and make that resistance and go down, we will have a bear market or what will look like a bear market. It does not matter what sentiment reads. It really does not. And also didn't even go to parabolic phase of the cycle. It didn't go to the parabolic phase of the cycle. I agree. But who says it has to? Yes, okay, I'm leaning towards it will do it. But we went all the way from 15.6K all the way to 126,000. And I was saying the top will be 120 to 140,000. Who said it can't be different? Who said it can't slowly go up and not parabolically go up? Who said we have to go parabolic? Now, that said, I'm not saying we're not. If you watch the beginning of the video, you will see my views. I'm just trying to tell you, just because we're used to something, who says it has to happen? History repeats. No, history rhymes. We got 176K. It's rhyming. It's just different. I told you, selective alt seasons and mini alt seasons, that's what we got. And that's what we may have. It rhymes. It's not exact. So this is why I don't like I keep on warning against following a lot of people. I'm not talking about random, I'm talking about everyone here. Be very careful who you listen to when it comes to markets, and don't listen to definites. Now, again, I like Rand. I know he knows what he's talking about. He's just not the best TA guy out there, and he doesn't say he is. But he's very good at fundamentals, very good at markets, very good at explaining things. I think he's the best at that, right? But show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. You know what I mean? What is included on your course? Very good question. Thank you for asking. Let me show you real quick, because every time I tell you about it, but I don't really show you about it. So if you go to thefactorline.com, I have to update this video, all right? But basically, it's invest, trade, and think like the crypto factor. Let's see what's included. Number one, you discover my secrets to profiting from cryptocurrency. Listen, I have been in here in crypto since 2017, not just as an investor and trader, but as C-level executive and author and speaker in the space. Okay, so I've seen the inside parts of stuff, if that how they work, how crypto works. Okay. Plus, I'll teach you how I called 15.6K winning a bet with Gary Soloway before it even happened. And here, look, I will show you how to strategically get into the markets. Now, first of all, it includes the factor line indicator, the indicator I use. So the fact that isn't just a tool, it's a complete trading system. So you have factor line buy sell signals, you have trend stacking indicator, which is unique to this, the factor line. DSA strategy, this is not DCA, it's DSA, dollar swing averaging. It shows you how the dollar swing average. Proven confirmation tools and more. You get this for lifetime, right? Instead of paying 129, it's supposed to be 189, by the way, forever, okay? You buy the course and you have the line forever. There's no way to do this, by the way, even with 189. The only way to get this is by the course. So what will you learn? This is what you learn. Investing like the crypto factor, building the perfect crypto portfolio, using Bitcoin as the cornerstone, so on. You can read this in your own time. I'm sure you can using a VRIN score no one talks about. Doing your own research using AI. Using the VRIN score with AI, because this is actually very new. Bird eye views and so on. How to use trends, the big three and so on. When to use them, when not to. When to swap the third from the big three. How we called all the mini alt seasons, by the way. Then, how to trade. This teaches you technical and candles, which no one uses correctly. I'm telling you, most people on YouTube are not using candles correctly. I'm sorry. They're just not, right? Even the ones that think they are, they're not. A lot of times you will Google patterns and they're wrong, right? Then the factor line teaches you how to use the factor line, then teaches you how to think like the crypto factor, how to actually think. And this is something very important. It's extremely important. Because if you learn how to think, it will give you a massive advantage over everybody else, whether you're an investor or a trader. So basically, you learn how to be a trader, an investor, swing trader, an investor, and also how to think about these markets. Okay? That's basically what the Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor course is. Basically, you get the factor line for free, forever, lifetime. Just scan that, click the links in the description down below, you got it. And that's it. And this is ongoing. I'm adding to this all the time. You get a private group that you can ask questions. You get support. We trade together, a lot of things. So check it out, see if it's for you. Oh, and just to add, just so people don't waste their time. So the price right now is $1,297. After Black Friday, the price will go up to $2,600 incrementally. So when it started, it was $997. Now it's $1,297, and it will go eventually over to $2,600, which will probably be the final price. And you can see the success stories here from people that actually verified people that bought it and so on. So check it out, thefactorline.com. Link is in the description down below, or scan the code, see if it's for you. I'm buying ETH like crazy. Okay, thank you, you're welcome. Looks great. Can we make a purchase with crypto? Also, are the tools required? George, you're gonna have to DM me. If you're in the group, you can. If you're in my private group, I know that sounds crazy, right? If you're paying $69 a month and you're in my private group, then you can definitely pay me with crypto. If not, try and reach out to me. And yes, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But you're gonna have to DM me either on YouTube. You can look. Don't DM Reach Global Marketing. Obviously, look at the email that's in YouTube. Like if you go to my YouTube channel. Let me close this off. Let's get Raymond Reddington over here out the way. If you go to my About page over here, view email address. Use this email address over here. View email address. This one. Okay? Or you can reach out to me on Telegram at MCPaulD. Right here. At MCPaulD. Okay? Then you can reach out to me. Best way is Telegram, to be quite honest with you. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at right now. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing right now. Doing exactly what we said it's going to do. Sorry. Go back up here. Right now falling down. Under, we have to break up. There's a red line here. We have to break up. We could get to the low 90s. If we keep on going down, I think we might even come down here. Let's see. Let's go to the 1 hour real quick. So it's right on the line. It's okay. So the factor line on the hourly just told you to buy this. Right here, told you to buy. This is a swing. This is not long term. This is a swing. So it's telling you to buy, and we're waiting for confirmation. It will probably tell you to sell around 98. Let's see what happens. This is like the SFPs are intra-trading to longer trends. You want to see these yellow dots to buy, red dots to sell, but you can also intra-trade, like swing trade with these SFP failure points, right? Let's see what happens. And look, the trend stacker here, it's all the way down to the red, which signals a lot of downside, but also potential reversal here. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if this SFP plays out. Let's go to, and I don't recommend to look at the 5 minute, almost never. But I want to see this small range over here. See, boom, right in the 5 minute range. That's why it's calling the SFP, I guess. I see it. I see it. Let's see what happens. Let's go back to the daily. Whoops. Thank you, TradingView. Let's see if we come down here. Weekly. Weekly still gold. Weekly still gold. I thought I was going to see red, but weekly still gold. I guess if we come under the level I told you, we will see red, but the weekly still looks gold. So we're definitely can't say we're in a bear market yet, although it does show that we're starting to go down. Let's see if we turn around or not. Looking at altcoins, Zcash still 4% up on the day here. Good trade, 524. Very powerful when it comes to Zcash. Let's see what happens. All right, with that said, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Take care of yourself. Take everything. If you just joined, watch from the beginning again. Very important context about when to look at the bear market, when to see for a breakdown, when to get out. I gave all the levels you need. And again, check out the course over here if you are interested. Thank you very much. And I will see you. I just switched myself off there. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Love you.